All right, welcome into the vlog. We're here at Horseshoe Bay Resort in Horseshoe Bay, Texas, a beautiful lake life hill country resort, and we're off to play Ramrock. This is a very interesting course. There are 4 on the property. This one is known for a very unique charm and an island green par 3. Thanks for joining. Let's go check it out.
First things first, it was a pre-game meal over at the Caprock Cabana. There's a peek at the clubhouse. Much more coming in a future video on that beautiful building. But check out the 1 in a million view of the hill country. Going healthy with the breakfast taco and the chia bowl. Off to the range to hit a few shots on the beautiful downhill range. Love the facilities there. Always gives you a little confidence to hit on down the hill and get that beautiful view. There's today's playing partner, our mental coach, Carlos.
All right, it's 9 holes with a mental game coach before we head out to Horseshoe Bay Resort. But one important mental aspect of the game is that rush moment on the first tee, Carlos. So you've got 2 minutes to hit putts, gather your thoughts before you start your round. What do you need to do to get your mind right before you play?
So my favorite thing, especially when I'm in a rush, is to set an intention before the round. That'll kind of cover all my bases. So if I set an intention over the round, the way I like to describe it is sort of like a lane detection in my car, right? I know if I'm going to leave the lane, it's going to let me know. So if I set an intention, it's kind of like a program. It's going to protect me all round long. I typically like to set an intention to have fun and play to my potential. If I do that, then I'm going to go out and have a good time. The play's going to be good. Emotions are going to be reduced, and the round's going to look pretty good.
Love it. Perfect. Well, that's left. Sit. It's down. All right. Stop there. All right, hole 1 with Carlos here, my mental game coach. Now, this wedge shot did miss the green. When you finished the swing, you said you liked the execution, though. Explain the logic behind, saying something like that might confuse people, even though you missed the green.
Yeah, so I'm still giving myself a lot of credit over what I did right. So I was able to keep the ball low. I don't often draw a pitching wedge from that distance, so it actually had it on there. I like the distance that I was able to sort of control. So I'm still celebrating what went right? So it's really easy to kind of fixate on what went wrong, but the round is all about what went right and being able to feed off of that.
Didn't break like that. Almost. Yeah, I'll get away with it. Carlos, you and I are both in the bunker here on the second hole. Again, this is a shot that's not practiced a lot, but first time in a bunker for a golfer can be a very intimidating moment in the day. It's a shot you may not hit often or haven't hit in a while. What's your mental outlook got to be when you step into an unfamiliar situation like that?
So I love to use the unfamiliar against itself. And what I mean by that is that if it's unfamiliar, then I get to remove a lot of expectations off of it. So I get to take a lot of pressure off of myself. For a lot of golfers will see a nerve-wracking situation, follow those nerves and the thoughts that come with it. So it's nice to kind of go, hey, well, let me have a really good think about this. So if this is not well practiced, it's a second hole, then I should just relieve all expectations or release all expectations of this particular shot. If you're going to have a swing thought, all you got to think is, I just need to chunk this shot and the ball will go out and do its thing. So if I can just free up and remember that I should not have any expectations over the shot that I haven't practiced, the likelihood of you getting out is going to be even higher.
Let's go. Hold it again. Oh, might have gotten a good kick. Could be left side. Could it be a New England Patriots flag and a Red Sox flag at Horseshoe Bay? I love it. I don't know you, but you're my best friend. All right, we got Carlos coming up the hill here. He's got a little bit over 100 yards. Wedges up, wedges up. It's definitely on. And spin. On the third hole, you decided to make an adjustment. This is a controversial thing because I feel like when amateurs get in a little bit of a funk, they're scared to change something mid-round. Why do you suggest it could be okay idea?
You use the language right there. They're scared to do it. Don't be. When we come out here and we're expectationless and I've set those intentions to just have fun, those intentions override that fear to make an adjustment and allow me to sort of be curious, to be experimental, and challenge myself to see if I can actually do that without all that worry and extra commitment that really shouldn't be there. So when I'm out here practicing, if I decide to go in and make a little bit of a tune-up, I can do so and be free to do it and actually see if it's going to work for me or if I can actually do it. So again, that big one is there. Don't be afraid to do it.
Keep rolling, keep rolling. Oh.
What a roll.
So close. All right, here we are at the Island Green fourth. This is the only Island Green par 3 in all of Horseshoe Bay, but what a view it is right here. A little bit more than a wedge. Let's see if we can make an ace. All right, we're at the Island Green fourth hole here at Ramrock Horseshoe Bay with Carlos, our mental game coach. Island Green, exciting feature in the game. It gets people's minds wandering, though. How do you lock into a specific target on a shot like this?
So I would say the number one problem that golfers have with stuff like this is fixating on what you don't want, right? Because you see this really small target, it can be really easy to fixate on water, everything that can possibly go wrong, right? So that's where the mental game and the mental strain starts to take shape. So we can stay fixated on what we do want. And when Alex says target, middle of the green, because for most golfers, if we're in the water, all of a sudden the middle of the green sounds really good. So let's avoid the pin. Let's go for the middle of the green. Let's give ourselves a putt, and let's see what happens when we kind of go into it with that mentality. Hold that. Oh, that's a good one, bud.
Stop.
Sit.
All right, we're putting.
Oh,
Keep turning, keep turning. No.
wow.
What? No. Oh, lost it right. Sit. Sit. Catch the corner. All right, we're on the fifth hole with our mental game coach, and sometimes it gets a little fast-paced out there. Wild shots get out of control. You have a very quick and easy breathing technique that can be used anytime on the course just to kind of help calm down the nervous system.
Absolutely, man. So if I can 4-8 breath, which means breathing in for 4 seconds and breathing out for 8 seconds, from let's say tee box to next shot, or immediately as soon as you kind of get activated, that's going to keep the nervous system really chilled out, right? So the biggest problem the golfers have is that once their nervous system gets active and they get all those feelings riled up, then we're going to go down that spiral. If I'm able to kind of control all of that with my breath, that's going to tell my nervous system that I've chilled out, that I'm okay, and it's going to free me up to play good golf again. So that was a really good example right now. Kind of got my breath in order after a little bit of trouble, but put a pretty good flop in here, right? So you want to make sure that you keep doing that so that you can play to your potential. If not, you kind of really never know because you've kind of lost it all to emotions and stuff. So 4-8 breathing, super key to playing.
Those are coming out soft and smooth today. Oh, cruel game. Stuck it left again. Just keep coming out of it. They're making me work for it here. This is the one right here. This is the final boss of bunker shots. This is Bryson, high softy right here. Go!
got you. I'm going to be a little bit sort of down the pipe or kind of predictable. I love Nelly. I just love Nelly. I think she just has a great attitude for the game. A little on the stoic side. You never see her getting too riled up, but I just love the way she approaches the game. Now, on the other side, John Rahm. I think he's so interesting. He's one of these guys who's a little different from the rest of us. We all kind of have to follow this formula. John gets to do his own thing. So John can get riled up, and it actually helps him get better. It's amazing. As a mental game coach, I think he's just a specimen. It's really interesting to watch him double bogey, hole one, and just get activated and go on a tear. I think he's really special, interesting to watch. He's not like the rest of us, but I think he's super interesting and fascinating to watch.
There we go. All right, 7th hole at Ramrock. I hit a great drive, but I'm already doing some more thinking here because I got a par 5, I got a hazard, I've got a little bit of planning. How does the mind need to work right now when you're not only planning the next shot, but the ones to follow on this hole?
Yeah, we don't want to get too future, right? Planning is fantastic, setting ourselves up for the future. We're setting us up for the next shot. Very, very crucial. There's a big difference between staying in the future and getting anxious or staying in the present and designing a shot that's going to end up benefiting you down the road. So Alex is looking at 248 yards. So here we want to kind of get about the numbers, right? Into the wind a little bit, and here Alex is going to have to think about what number feels good going in.
Maybe get me to 70 or 80 yards.
70 yards, you got 8. So what are you thinking, Alex?
170 shot down the hill?
170 shot, so you're a little bit into the wind, so if you get a little extra, that's all good. We'll put you right in that range. Sounds like you know what to do. Execute full confidence.
A little right, but it's down the hill. Yeah.
Gonna beat its way down. There it goes.
We'll take it.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's a little too much break. Look at this guy here from the 7th green to the 8th tee. He's got the pool and he's got his own little range mat. He can chip to that tee box or to the 7th green. That's a genius move. Great swing, poor result. How do you handle that and cope with that for the rest of your round?
It's the understanding of a simple basic truth. Not all great shots are going to go well. Every once in a while you can hit it exactly the way you want, exactly the way you intended. The execution just doesn't happen. On this particular shot, we have to be very, very careful, because if us as golfers hit a shot the way we planned and then we get after ourselves afterwards, then we're literally getting after ourselves for doing what we wanted to do.
Yep.
So
that hurts.
That's the last thing that we want to get into a habit of doing, because then at some point, not even the shots that we want and design and execute the way we want to are good enough unless the result happens the way we want. So we have to be careful with that. If you execute it the way you wanted it to, the result doesn't happen, be careful with those. Be gentle.
Yeah, I just hit it funny. Get through. All right, Carlos, you just saw that Texas wedge there. I know that's a little unconventional play for most golfers out there, but I'm just playing the percentages. I see a barrel eye, I see a lot of trouble, and I'm just playing within my means there.
Yeah, you lean towards the math, right? You try to put the ball up on this. I mean, this thing is completely bending and moving and undulated. So you decided to go with the math, right? What do the numbers say? And you executed it beautifully, and the math ended up siding with you. So you kept it simple. You went with something that was going to be high percentage, and a lot of us as players have a mental block with doing that sometimes. We see the putter, we see the easy shot, and we go, oh no, I want to go with the nice fancy flop to make this thing look amazing. So lean towards the math is always going to be better.
Hold on. I did. I saved my hat too. Woo!
Let's go, Alex. Let's go.
I was like, there's one specific line I need to hit. That was it. Go! Keep going, keep going. All right, that was 9 holes with my mental game coach, Carlos. Hope you enjoyed those tips. Be sure to subscribe right below if you enjoyed these golf videos, and there's a whole lot more coming from the Horseshoe Bay Resort. Until next time.